If GA4 is not composable, then it's not a CDP. Okay, it's like giving a knife to me and then asking me to poke myself.
Dude, we run ads saying 60 minutes kya bhi implementation.
Are we helping people solve their problems?
Email or name, I don't think so. You will get high match rates and the data quality will be less. So that would be my take on that.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Very good.
Awesome. So, as we are planning to do a series on first-party data ops, I think it would be nice to have a quick catch-up and talk about what we've been learning since January first week, and discuss about all the first-party data and the first-party data ops stuff happening in the world. So let's keep this discussion more of a quick, natural one. So whatever the questions you have, whatever the learnings you have, let's share it with all the community. Let's start.
Yeah.
Why don't we just start with a quick introduction then?
I'll introduce all of you and I'll introduce myself as well, so that will be easy.
Cool.
So we all work in the same company. So I'm Sariga.
Oops.
And Raja, who is a product marketer, Goutham, who is a content marketer, and Vishnu is the founder of the company. And the company's name is Custom Lab CDP. Hi guys, thank you. So, like we were discussing a lot of things lately, and one very good and big and debatable topic that we recently came across on LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere was too many CDP buzzwords: integrated CDP, composable CDP, all-in-one CDP. Should anybody use CDP? And I saw one good LinkedIn post. I'll just share the screen show. So this one post really caught everyone's attention, and in related to this picture, we also had to watch in a podcast where they were also genuinely figuring it out, like, can actually CDP provide value or not, and if yes, what? If not, why? So this video was a starting point to have a discussion, and we thought that we would record it and share it. So in this video, they spoke multiple things: what is CDP, what is composable CDP, and all of that. But when we're actually listening to it, and we did our own research, maybe not we, I'll talk for myself, I find composable CDP and CDP are all same. But
before we go into that,
yeah.
Before we go into that, I'll also share another one. I just saw this today morning. This is like a forester, and they say 2024 is the make or break year for the CDPs. Funny story, I was in a toilet, I was just going through mobile. Just popped up on my LinkedIn. I was like, oh shit. And that gave me thinking whether we should continue this company or whether we should quit and move into something else, maybe a PDP, I don't know, maybe a FTP. I have no idea what that is, but a lot of poking for CDP. You're not alone. So I've been looking at a lot of things. A solid question comes back to whether we should continue what we are doing or not. Genuine question, right? Maybe we'll discuss whether we should do this or whether we should, like I said, stop the CDP stuff and then move into, I don't know, whatever that P that is. Maybe we can start calling ourselves as some other platform than CDP. Anyway, we'll discuss what are learnings, what our customers are going through, and if any of them looking at this video, and if you guys are wealthy enough to buy this $2,500 report, if you do buy it, please share it with us.
Yeah, that helps.
Right, let's get on with it.
Yeah, I think Raja and Goutham yesterday, we had on a call, we discussed within ourselves, like, what is this composable CDP versus CDP, and we actually think both are same to our limited technical knowledge. But Vishnu and Raja, Goutham, everybody, please make sure that we are not going to talk on the vague and superficial level like CDP, connect, send, unify, collect, not use much jargons. But
hey, it is CDP, right? It collects and unifies.
where everybody says the same thing, but let's not go and talk on the superficial level. Let's actually talk give little more depth on what we are talking, so that it can be relatable to somebody who's actually using an e-commerce marketer, lead gen marketer. They should find it useful when they are watching it. Let it be setting up a campaign or bringing in data from CRM, whatever it would be. So let's try to make it very deep, and so that they will understand. Unfortunately or fortunately, they are the users. Yeah. So Vishnu, you must say, and you should tell us, what is this composable CDP and CDP? What is the difference? Is it both different or same? I genuinely don't understand the difference, or I don't know.
I don't know either. See, I'll tell you the quick background story, right? When we started building this whole platform, I'm talking about in 2014, 2015, it's very simple problem. We want to track something on the website, send it to Facebook, because we were running marketing campaigns, and all we want to do is do the conversion tracking. And we used to have these landing pages like Instapage or Unbounce or Jotform, etc., etc. It's not easy to go ahead and track things. So we want to have something from A to B. And then that happened in 2015, 2016. And then what happened is when we were talking to customers, they were like, you generate tons of leads, and they come back to you and say, hey, all the leads you have been generating is junk. Okay. And that happens only when you want to renew the contract. So whole year the campaign runs, and when you want to renew the contract, you go to them, you tell them, hey, can you pay me X amount of money? And they say, all the leads you have generated for the whole year is junk. And none of them converted. I was like, what the hell is this? You could have told me this in the first month. Yeah. And the whole idea is now, okay, fine, we are tracking from the website. Now let's track the shit out of CRM. Okay, so now you connect the CRM, you bring all the data, you know how many leads you're generating through UTM parameters. Now you have all the data which is coming from the CRM, and then we came up with a metric called LTO. LTO means lead to opportunity rate, right? And now you know how many opportunities you are generating. Okay, so typical issue, the MQLs, SQLs, the same thing, whatever the SaaS companies have been talking about forever, the same thing was happening with us as well. For that, what you need is a visibility. You need to provide the visibility back into the performance marketing team. Now the question was, now we were doing the AI stuff. Now the biggest question was, can you push this into Facebook and or Google Ads so that you will be able to optimize your campaigns for the opportunities than the leads? Because opportunities are the one who has been qualified. And why do you want to generate junk leads? So can you send this back into clicks? Now tell me, this is a software which is I don't know whether you want to call it as composable CDP or CDP. I don't even want to say CDP, right? Now this is a software which is actually taking data from 3, 4, 5 places and transforming the data and pushing it into ad platforms, analytics platforms, ad platforms, or marketing platforms, whatever it is. What is this?
I don't know if I can say.
I remember this very clear statement from Rick Bronkus, where he tells an ideal CDP is something like just like you told.
Wait, the Rick Bronkus, right? Do you have? Oh, okay, that was the video talking about Sariga.
Yeah. That was
okay.
So he mentioned the statement clearly, like, a customer data platform ideally should be able to pull in data from multiple places, unify that, create a 360 profile, and then segment it as you want, and then activate it everywhere. But according to him, he also tells no CDP is doing it in practice. It's only theoretically there, but ideally no one is doing it. So Vishnu, did you come across any CDP that does all of this activation and stuff?
No, I think to be fair to Rick, I think what he actually talking about is the new way of marketing automation platforms trying to position themselves as CDP. I think that's the angle what he's trying to say. All right, but if you call yourself a CDP, the whole idea of CDP, at least in my understanding is, or at least in my way of thinking is, you bring the data from multiple places, you do all the transformations, unification, whatever it is, wherever you want the data to be, just activate the shit out of it. Simple. Okay. By nature, it is composable. The reason why CDP exists is because all these platforms does their stuff very, very well. If it's an analytics platform, it does their stuff very, very well. Creation of the reports, funnel reports, landing page reports, SEO reports, blah, 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 blah. If it's a marketing automation platform, you send a contact, you want to create a workflow, A, B, C, D, E, F, you want to do a follow-ups, you want to do a trigger emails, you want to do a cart abandon emails, marketing automation platform does. Whether you activate them on email, whether you activate them on WhatsApp, it does. Ad platforms, you send something, it learns out of something, it shows the people, it brings top funnel customers back into your page, and you do it. And then you have, let's say, webhook, like what we have using Make, right? So whenever something happens, you want to notify people and do those things. That is called, I don't know, maybe some kind of platform. So all these platforms need one source of data. And when you send the data between these platforms, you cannot just send website data alone. You have to take the data from the CRM, do it, and push it back into something else. Yeah. So all the platforms, they do whatever they do really well. And if all the platforms needs to work together, if, for example, someone booking a demo and I'm actually hooking up, let's say, a HubSpot, if I'm sending that notification only to sales guy, because he's the one who needs to follow up within 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever that SLA is. But marketing team also need to know how many leads you are generating, right?
Yeah.
So marketing team sits in a different plane, and sales team sits in a different plane. Both of them does in a different job, but both of them need to talk to each other. And when both the software wants to talk to each other, that's where the integration happens. You have two choices. You can integrate those two software with this, or you can just have one other integration middleware, which can actually take the data each other and then say, okay, this is the data you want marketing team in this format, take it. Hey guys, sales guys, this is the data you want in this format, take it. So CDP should be composable. If it's not composable, please don't call it a CDP. Simple.
I think primary, like the most questions or most thoughts in our heads were around this. I think Goutham and I were also speaking this morning. Same thing. What is this then? What is this then? Multiple again references for LinkedIn posts. Okay, so again.
See, I'll tell you what. See, people coming and creating that wave, creating that marketing gimmicks, all those stuff. Let them do it. No problem. Okay. It is also confusing people. Yeah, that's how marketing is. That's how the entire world is. You have shoe, and then you have sneakers, and then you have loafers, and then you have. But end of the day, what is a shoe? Okay, so you have everything. So that's how marketing works. That's how the entire industry evolves. No problem. But the base core of it should be always simple. What do you want to do? How do you want to help customers? Are we helping customers or not? Who is my customer? Okay. I also saw in that same Forrester report, hey, does CDP go beyond marketers? I'm a CDP. I don't want to go beyond marketers. I want to stick to marketers, right? I am calling myself as a CDP. If you tell me, hey Vishnu, you are a CDP which is helping only marketers, and you don't want, please don't call yourself a CDP. Fine, give me a word. I'll call myself anything. I don't care, right? The problem comes is CDP is a very new market, although it was coined in 2013. No definite leader in this market. No one actually said, you are a CDP, you should do this, right? No one has ever said that. That's the reason why all this confusion is, right? So, in my opinion, if you're a CDP, you should do first-party data ops. Very simple. Okay. So, to do why first-party data ops? Because the entire ad platforms, privacy, blah 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 blah, they stopped getting data. Now they're asking you to share the data, and that entire flow of data between tools is called first-party data ops.
Yeah.
Do you have to use CDP? No, you don't have to use CDP. Can you do it by yourself? Please do. Right? Entirely doable. You don't need a CDP. You plug and play stuff, and then you do it. People are still surviving without CDP, right? Why do you need a CDP? It just reduces the time, gives you enough control over what you send, what you don't send, and finally, you take the entire value out of CDP by sending the data wherever you want, right? So this is the whole concept, at least in my opinion. For the first-party data ops, you need CDP. Now the question is, why you need first-party data ops? Because Facebook and Meta is asking so.
Yeah.
LinkedIn as well.
Oh yeah.
Conversions API. Vishnu, I totally agree with what you said. At the end of the day, it all comes down to, are we helping people solve their problems? That's totally fine. And Raja, I would like to ask you, like people started calling like Google data manager as it'll transform into a CDP because it is allowing data to flow in through multiple places. And people also started telling GA4 is also like, if you have a GA4, it's like a CDP. So what are your thoughts on it, Rajan? What do you think about entire this discussion around GA4 and Google Data Manager?
I believe that GA4 is a tool that collates all your data from all the sources, and what you can do with GA4 is all you can do is just reporting and other stuff. In the very recent time, what they have done is they have an API, and from there you can utilize that API to send data to Google Cloud or to Google 360-degree platform, and there you can use the audiences. But the issue is when you are sharing that audience set through Google Analytics, I don't think so you can send your email IDs or name and those stuffs. That's the major issue you have with GA4. So that's the primary reason why you can say GA4 can be a CDP in the near future. Maybe after some time Google may come up with some other stuff, but at the present you can't do that. So that's
I even saw in that podcast they extensively spoke about the potential of GA4, how they had the capacity or infrastructure of using it as an CDP rather than spending so much money on implementing a CDP for their business itself. So who wants to explain that concept? Does GA4 has the capability and infrastructure for a CDP for a marketer use? Though many marketers by default has GA4 in system, does it have the capability and infrastructure to be a CDP itself?
Adding to what Sariga asked, I also wanted to understand why the reason why I asked you, Raja, is because when Google Ads released this data manager, they told it is your data manager, that is first party data manager. So Vishnu was telling, the entire world revolves around first party data operations or first party data. So Google Ads is telling this is your data manager, your first party data manager. So it is in those lines I am seeing the combination of GA4 and Google Ads as such. So combining with Sariga's question, I would like to know, like maybe Vishnu or Raja, anyone can throw some light on it.
Yeah, please. Okay, start somebody.
I think Raja, you go ahead and maybe then Vishnu can add on some points.
Like I said previously, so I believe the primary issue around is you can share your data again, so through Google Analytics, and you can send it to Google Ads, combine everything and send it to. But the biggest issue is the match rates. Since you cannot share your email or name, I don't think so you will get high match rates and the data quality will be less. So that would be my take on that. So Vishnu can explain it a lot better, I believe.
I'm not going to tell anything. I'm going to No, I'm gonna ask GPT. That's my favorite in recent times. so, so I said, can you send PII in GA4? Right. So what is a PII? Email address, phone number, blah blah blah, blah is a PII, right? Again, at least it says GPT says sending PII to GA4 is against Google terms of service. PII includes any data which is name, Gmail address, phone number. I mean, I have seen the API documents, but then now ChatGPT is in the rage, so I thought I'd just simply use the ChatGPT, right? So you cannot send PII back into GA4, right? Now the question is, I've been also looking at this AI Essentials and this particular one which says first-party data, you should use it. So 3 key measurements consideration for 24, which is done by Google, and it said all these things. What you guys have to look at this is, in the whole thing, they didn't talk about GA4 at all. They talk about tagging, they talk about customer match, they talk about Google Tag Manager, but they never mentioned a single stuff about GA4, right? I mean, I personally believe GA4 has all the capabilities like a CDP, and if you connect GA4 and Google Ads, you have the proper data coming back and forth between both of them. But where it starts failing is, let's look at this one, right? This is an important feature to train Google Ads, which is about customer match. So it says take your data, the first party data, whatever you have, push it back into Google so that Google understands this and they would be able to do it. So for example, if you just look at so this is called AI Essentials, right? So they say if you're going to train Google Ads AI, okay, what is it you should do? First is Google Tag, consent mode, enhanced conversions. When you enhanced conversions, I think GA4 is also coming up with this enhanced conversions nowadays, so which means the terms of service might change. So we cannot go to the area where you cannot send PII, so which we don't know, right? Because there are few cases where whether Google GA4 would be able to accept the user data and which you can be used for enhanced conversions. We don't know yet. We have to wait and watch. But it says this, and all these things. There is a one important aspect is customer match. Now, with customer match, what is the customer match? How does it work? So now the customer match is nothing but you send a customer list, and the customer list should have all the parameters like first name, last name, email address, and all those things. Now you cannot send the PII data to GA4. How would you be able to do the customer match, right? So now the question is, GA4, is this CDP or not? I don't know. Will they change the terms of service? I don't know. Fine, fair enough, all these things. Now that you have GA4 for Google Ads, what do you have for LinkedIn? What do you have for Facebook? Is it customer labs? I'm happy to be a GA4 for LinkedIn, Cappy, TikTok, Snapchat, I don't know, Pinterest, whichever that is, right? So yeah, it resembles what it does, which is a good validation that you need some system to do it. But then GA4 is also not considered as a individual CDP because it's primarily focused on analytics and sharing the data. Yes, so there is a traces of CDP, like how every single automation software has it, how marketing automation has it. Now the question comes back to, is GA4 a composable CDP? So now anything which takes the data, activates it, is a CDP. Is it composable? Now the question is, every CDP is supposed to be composable. If GA4 is not composable, then it's not a CDP.
Hence, LHS is equal to RHS.
I have
Hence proved.
Hence proved.
I have one question here, Vishnu. So I have been seeing people who send the data from GA4 to server, some like server, and then they bring in something else, and from there they send it to Facebook and LinkedIn. Like you were mentioning, what do you have for LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook? So people like are sending it to some server and then sending it. So do you think it's very easy to have this integrations and set up the data flow between one platform to another? Like it's not like you're sending it to one platform, you're sending from here to there, here to there. It's like if I ask you how do you show, where's your nose, like showing like this. So how, like, is it worth doing all that?
I mean, the question is, it is definitely worth doing it. Definitely worth sending the data to platforms. Now the question is, like you said, can you do this or can you do this? Right. So it's purely up to you. Right. You don't believe in, or you don't know, or if you think this is better, build it, buy it. It's a typical issue between multiple businesses. Do you want to build yourself? Do you people think, okay, I have all these things, I'll go ahead and build myself, or whether you use it. So yeah, I mean, the platforms needs the data, right? And whatever works for them, however they want to implement it, they're happy to do it. So the question is, yeah, we have an easier way to do it. And if that doesn't set into their context, let them do it. But the whole idea is, ad platforms needs data. You send it, right? Whether it is from your database, whether it is from your Excel sheet, whether it's using a CDP or not, just do it. Just
send it.
Just send it. Please send it.
Why do you think CDP is much better in sending quality first-party data to these ad platforms rather than GA4 or any other platforms which are available on the net to send?
I personally think we should actually leave GA4 out of the context. I think it was entirely misunderstood and not properly conceived in terms of how you see these things very effectively. The problem with GA4 is, you have to maintain the client IDs. You have to set the client IDs and push the data back into GA4. And GA4 cannot handle multiple IDs. Like, for example, let's say I have this LinkedIn CAPI, right? Now, for the LinkedIn CAPI, I wanted to send the data back into LinkedIn, okay? The first and foremost important stuff is this LI FAT ID.
Yep.
So the LI FAT ID, you click on an ad, you come to the Facebook, and the LI FAT ID comes in, and you need to capture the LI FAT ID, save it in the anonymous user. This user hasn't converted yet. He comes back after 24 days, right? Let's say a typical B2B case. He comes back after 10 days or 15 days or 20 days, right? And he submits a form, and it gets into your CRM. You have this. You should have this LI FAT ID for this user in the cookie. He comes back to the same CRM and he hits an opportunity stage, and you need to attach this LI FAT ID back and send it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if someone has done that in GA4. If I am actually doing it in our company, I wouldn't touch GA4 because GA4 sending this data is not that easy. It would require a lot of stuff. I would rather spend $99, get customer labs, and do a few clicks and automatically start sending it out. This is what I would do. But then, like I said, people has choice. They should have choice. They have choices. Let them do whatever works for them. But end of the day, what LinkedIn needs is this. And LinkedIn also needs click IDs and few stuff. If they can do it, yeah, they can. And we are providing easiest way. We believe we are providing easiest way, but yeah, that's the customers to say.
Just to summarize and understand, let me know if I understood it right regarding LinkedIn Conversions API. So someone watches an ad on LinkedIn, clicks on it, comes to the website, lands on it, did not convert and left the website. Now whenever they land on the website, you collect this LI FAT ID, store it at your systems, and
so you land on the website, we collect LI FAT ID. When he converts after 10 days, we need to pick up this LI FAT ID and push it back.
Okay. Yeah, that's all confusion there. So I just wanted to.
Yeah, the same is true for FB Click ID. The same is true for GC Click ID, and the same is true for TC Click ID, which is TikTok. I think TT Click ID or something. Okay, so this is all true for those. It is also true for your UTM source attribution as well. Okay, again, let's not get into attribution, but it is also true because which platform has created the genuine awareness and which platform is actually assisting in between. The marketer should know, so that you exactly know where you have to invest money and where you have to reduce investing money. To do that, you need to know where he landed first. The same concept applies for this as well. Now, whether GA4 is capable of doing this or not, if you ask me, it's not. But yeah, like I said, maybe we should leave GA4 out of it. I love GA4. If you say, okay, can you live without GA4? I won't live without GA4 because it's free.
Yeah, even
it's free, but is it like a CDP? No. Semi CDP, but like I said, it's not composable. Let's not call it a CDP.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the first thing which you spoke, the first party data ops, I think it all sums up to there, right? So the LinkedIn ID is the first party data of the user. Again, this all sums up to we started in CDP, composable CDP somewhere, and I think it bottled up and somewhere it summarized to first party data ops. I think I was searching for some document.
It converges at first party data ops, which is the future.
Yeah, right. I got it. So now I have the. So this is the first party data ops infrastructure that we are building. We keep the CDP aside, and first party data ops is CDP is equal to vice versa. Now I wanted to share again the same picture. 1 second, Vishnu, be ready for the answer. Okay, I think you can answer this better. This is my favorite for like 1 week now. Answer this question now. Please somebody answer this question now. I have never seen an ROI positive CDP implementation. So now I have, I think so far the conversation, we are helping a marketer. Let's say a B2B marketer. Custom Labs is in a B2B marketing, and we do LinkedIn ads, we do Facebook ads, we do RLSA ads. And we have a fresh sales CRM. We have a lot of sources coming, data from different sources. We connected everything using customer ads, and we are doing a decent marketing job, is what I think. And Raja,
everyone should know.
Yeah. So now, please answer the need of the hour. Somebody who purchases customer app CDP or somebody who purchases any composable CDP, let it be, do they see value or not? Answer. The nation wants to know.
Okay, it's like giving a knife to me and then asking me to poke myself. See, I don't know. I don't know about other CDPs, how they are positioning it, how they are selling it. I never bothered to look into the. I never participated in. Okay, we are considering this. They said this. They said this. So maybe I can't answer for them, right? But what we are doing in terms of customer apps and how we are helping or how we are measuring, right? How we are measuring. Let's do that way.
Measure
right?
is the right word, yeah.
How we are measuring and how we are actually retaining our customers. Our retention is like what, 92-93% at this point.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Now the question is, why are we retaining the customers, and how our customer success team actually looks at a customer? How do we define the metrics? Would be the right answer.
Measure is the right word. Yeah. Measure is the right word. Let's measure.
Good. Okay. So now, Sariga, you are the head of RevOps, and you are making sure customers are seeing value. Now you tell me, how do you put across customers day one, they start, Okay, and that's also another thing. To implement CDP, they say in that particular video I saw, they said it'll take forever. Okay, what is the trial we are giving to a customer? How, I mean, like, maybe why don't you take it through the journey? Okay, you handle the customer success, and your metrics is churn metrics. So whenever your customer leaves, you cry. So tell, why would someone or how we measure it? Why don't you just give a picture? Maybe be out about it. If I mean, it's proprietary. I know it's very close to our business, but then I don't mind sharing it. So if you don't mind sharing it.
So I had to search for it. But anyways, so churn metrics is our metrics. So we made sure if a customer is leaving, either the website should crash, they are not running the business anymore, and they are all leaving the business, they're quitting the job. Only on those reasons, the customer has to churn. So that was our metrics.
If agency is losing that particular business.
If I'm an agency, they lose the client. Or if they're shutting down the business, if I'm a brand, I'm shutting down the business. Or maybe I'm not running ads, or maybe this is not my season. I run the ads during Easter or Christmas or something. So I don't run the ads, and I don't want any digital advertising. So these are the reasons. If somebody comes as a customer, if they're leaving, this should be the reason. If otherwise they are leaving, we start discussing on every Thursdays, why did they leave? Why did they leave? Is it our problem, their problem? We actually dissect the reason. So recently, I was also working on the entire customer list, and I was checking on the values and everything. So our implementation if the complicated implementation also doesn't take more than 5 to 6 days, probably. If it is a funnel tracking or something we are not aware of, it may take 5 days. But other than that, website or any B2B, it doesn't take more than 2-3 days. So the setup is done. Let's assume the setup is taking 7 days. So the setup is done 7 days, done. And our trial period is 14 days. So when I meet somebody on a demo call and I say 14 days trial, and I'm in a position where I have to give them a value, promise a value, in 14 days you see this. Only then the customer actually pays, and the customer pays $99 first month. So what we show is, first thing is Meta. Meta is everybody's first destination to send leads or anything to. So we promise, we send them the high quality event signals, audience signals on Facebook, and we make sure that they have at least 5 to 9 event match quality on their events manager. This is something that we promise that you get it. Otherwise, they have below 5 or 4. Their grading is like poor or okay, but we make sure, we promise that they get good or great. So this is the first promise. We agree on this promise, we get the money. So that's where the customer actually starts with us, and basic CAPI implementation. And then they go to quadrant 2, quadrant 3.1. So quadrant 2 is, we are sending the right audience signals. We won, first milestone hit. Number 2 is sending audiences. So
what you're saying is within 14 days, they will start the trial, they will hit the quadrant 2.
Yeah. So I heard people say that if CDP implementations take 6 months, 2 years, all that. We already saw a result in 14 days. We see result in 14 days.
Exactly. So you start this, and then you start a trial. We do the implementation, and we'll make sure they see the conversions, they see the data inside Meta, they see the data inside AdWords within 14 days itself.
Absolutely.
All the server side tracking, right?
GA4, GAds, LinkedIn, Facebook, primary. These are the ad platform primarily our customers use. So we connect everywhere. We pass conversions, we pass data, and they're all good data. And they're good.
In the meanwhile, we also send website tagging, website conversions. We also connect the CRM tagging. If they are using subscription systems like Shopify system, Recharge, ChargeBee, we also connect that. And if they have offline store, we can also push the data. And all these things happen in less than 7 days.
So we have multiple sources.
Sariga, actually, when you were telling it will take 3 days, I was wondering how, like, when you do the setup, I was only thinking about the collection part, because most of them, when they talk about CDP setup, they focus on the collection part, bringing data in. So I was thinking, because when I posted on LinkedIn recently a poll, how much time do you take for conversion tracking? Got in conversion tracking because we are focusing on marketers problem and not CDP, what CDP. So they said it will take 5 hours. So when you told 3 days, I was wondering.
Dude, we run ads saying 60 minutes CAP implementation.
yeah. Yes.
We say 60 minutes conversion tracking. Like few hours Shopify implementation. That's what our ad copy, 60 minutes here, 1 hour here.
When you said 3 days, I was wondering, like, how come it is 3 days? It is like just few hours, and is she thinking something else? But now I understand.
That's what people refuse to pay. They don't see result within 14 days.
Good head of revenue.
Yeah. And once the 14 days when the customer actually is here, and we give them a chartered of 90 days plan. So first milestone 14 days, and the second milestone is their first month end, where they actually use our audiences. Audiences meaning B2B or B2C, somebody who booked the demo, maybe they spoke to us and then they didn't get it, then no response. So these are the cold audience. So I have this cold audience in my CRM, I create the audience and I send it to Facebook for the retargeting ads. Similarly for e-commerce, let's say product viewed, they viewed view content couple of products but did not purchase, maybe 90 days or 30 days or whatever. I can create audience for that, and any personalized segments that you wanted to do, you can create those audience and you can send it to multiple ad platforms for your retargeting methods. So by the end of second month, that is their 60th day, they are using the retargeting audience. They are using customer audience for your retargeting campaigns. First thing is they see 2 to 3x higher audience. Somebody share the screen. I don't have my Vishnu. Do you have the screen? Please share, or Goutham or somebody share the screen and show that we have 2 to 3x higher match rates than what we actually see in Facebook. Let's do a poll. Facebook pixel you create audience for the same audience, view content not purchased or demo book not purchased something, and same audience in first party using first party data in customers. We are seeing actually world of a difference. Facebook says there's only 20,000 audience out of 1 lakh, and we are saying there's 60,000, 70,000 on Facebook. So this is the audiences that we actually give Facebook to run the retargeting campaigns. This is the second milestone that we actually give to our customers so that they retain for the second month. Is anybody looking for that? So that I will wait for
that. You have it ready?
No. Vishnu has the Facebook, I think so.
No, I don't have the Facebook, but today morning I was actually looking at GA4, Custom Labs GA4 to few stuff. And I wanted to compare the audience between Google Analytics and
that should be interesting.
Yeah,
I think Facebook is mostly we use.
That is actually interesting. So if you look at this data, so this is the data what we are sending it through Custom Labs, right? So this is the data what we are sending it to Custom Labs. And this is the same segment. This is the here is the segment. So this is the segment which is sending by Customer Labs, and this is the same segment coming from GA4. So if you look at this here, the same segment coming from GA4, and we created on September 19, 2022, because I want to do the analysis back then. And I also created the same segment back in 2022, right? And this is the data what we have. So this is 36,000 and this is like 1,100. I don't know.
Wow.
Milestone 2 achieved.
Yeah, milestone 2 achieved.
Yeah, I'm giving audiences and I'm giving you all your audiences. Whoever is there on your website, whoever is there on your CRM, I'm sending all of the data via GA4, GAs and Facebook with higher match rate. So my second milestone achieved. So my customer is of course there for the second month as well. Okay, actually they see visibly that it is better than what I have. Second milestone done. So they are in the quadrant 3. So from quadrant 2 to I push them to quadrant 3. Now my next job is, now I have given you audience with like good high audience than what you had. Now you actually use them in your retargeting campaigns. And what they are, the results that they actually get using the right audience are actually incredible, which they see in for a third month. By the end of third month, they scale their campaigns. the first impact is in their CPMs, cost per mile. Second, they slowly see in their cost per purchase, like how much they spend for their top funnel campaign, what is their CPP or cost CPL, and what they have it for their retargeting. By nature, retargeting campaigns, the CPLs are less, but the differences that we are seeing across businesses and across campaigns is really good. Again, do you have that? Shall I share the presentation? That should help.
Yeah, I'll share the presentation. Maybe you can just say what you're looking to do.
So please show the 3.1, the campaign performatics. Yes. So this is the customer who is in 3.1 in their 70th or 80th day using Custom Labs audience. They are scaling the campaign. So here, Custom Labs first party audience is their retargeting campaigns where their CPL is $14. The same audience, I mean, the same business is running a top funnel where their CPL is $31, which is like 54% of difference. And if you see the ad spend and if you see the number of leads they are generated using those audiences is giving actually 50% difference everywhere in terms of the number of leads they are generated, in terms of their CPL, and the money they have spent for running that particular campaign on the ad platform.
Now, I have a question here. Now, how much this customer is paying for us per month?
Oh yeah, that was very depressing after I took this. That was
How much
actually
was this?
depressing.
Sorry?
I think he pays 99 only, no? He's not gone to 120 also.
No, I think last month he went to 124.
Okay.
But he has been paying $99 per month for almost a year. Now, Goutham, I think you are the kind of max expert in our company. Now, what is the ROI? Okay, he paid $99,000. Okay, and he has been spending $31 per month, right? Now, for every lead, he has saved, like, say, approximately $15. Okay, what is the ROI? I mean, forget about the ROI in terms of how many he has converted and all these things. That is like let the sales team take all the credit. But what is the ROI here? For $1,000 he has spent on CDP to collect that bloody data, whichever he has been coming. What is the ROI?
It's like 10x, 100 into 10x times. Like 10x is the ROI that is getting. Like, he's paying $100 and getting like.
No, he spent $1,000. This is for 1 year data. He spent let's say $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. And for $1,000, how much money we saved? 15 into 1,000.
15 into $15,000 we saved him. 15
into 1,000 and 26 into 927. Sorry, that's another $5. $5 into 927. That's the kind of money we just saved. Okay, take 50%. Okay, you run default retargeting campaigns, you would have got those leads. Fine, fair enough. Okay, for $1,000, I'm definitely sure I would have added at least $10,000 more.
Yeah, that's what 10x at least
minimum. Crudely. Okay. Now let's look into the other one, right? Okay. This is another
old data.
I remember this. Yeah.
This is another data.
This is again 1 year data. This is e-commerce.
This is 1 year data. This is e-commerce. This client pays slightly bigger amount for us. He pays about $1,000 per month, $1,200 per month, and the revenue is again, guys. If you're from US, this revenue is not in dollars. This revenue is in INR. So please don't. Talking about
10 crores, no?
Yeah, so almost 3 million. Not to 3 million, but maybe 1.6, 1.7, 1.5, 1.6 million. Right? And how much he paid?
Around $14,400.
Yeah.
Let's say $15,000.
$15,000.
Okay, $15,000. And what is the kind of money they have generated here?
1.3 million.
1.2, $1.3 million.
How much X dude this is?
Sariga, I think we should stop calculating even because it's a clear.
It is a big number, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like getting an Audi for I think $10.
No, and again, like I said, you take half of it, right? My point is, this is an incremental value. Even if I'm adding, let's say, $500,000 for $15,000, that extra $500,000, what I'll say is, you will never get, right? I can stand and say you would have not got that extra $500,000 if the CDP is not in place. The reason is this is all coming from anonymous user data, right? And you use GA4, you use composable CDP. Okay, sorry. So you use known user CDP. You will never get that data, no matter what. Let me stop sharing screen.
Nice.
There's a lot
See,
of
as a founder, it's always I always need to ask, right? Am I going in the right direction? Am I building the team to solve a real pain or not? My first and foremost answer is, do we have to solve this? Always ask that question, right? And I mean, fortunately or incidentally, today morning I also posted a LinkedIn post. I said, I don't care. You want to call yourself a CDP or you want to call yourself a PDP, and give a shit. Every single week, we get tons of support requests asking for help. A lot of help, right? I want this data. Can you actually see whether this user is a right user or a fraud user? Which campaign has sent this user? Where we have got the leads? And why this conversion is not reporting? Because my client is actually saying my agency is not working. So can you send the conversion properly? Can you do? We are getting a lot of junk leads. Can you actually help us optimize this, right? And we need to do the server side setup tracking. We have to do LinkedIn CAPI. We have to do Facebook CAPI. We have to do Facebook CAPI for these products separately. We have to do Facebook conversion for these products separately, right? They have been funded 100 crores. That's about 20, 25, $30 million. They have been funded in the last 6 months. They get to ask us the questions, right? We help them day in, day out. And they say, okay, can you pull me a report which has been doing add to cart events not purchased, right? That's what it is. CDP, no CDP, I don't care. What I care is, am I solving the user's problem? You want to call that as a CDP? Fine. I saw an opportunity that we could define what a CDP is. First party data ops. That's what we are going to stand for. Tomorrow, the market says, if you do a first party data ops, you are a FDP. Fine, you call yourself as a FDP. Okay, I don't care. Okay. We will help digital marketers. That is our mission. Are we helping genuinely? Yes. And are they happy to pay? Yes. Can we prove ROI? I think the way we have proved the ROI, I don't think we should be proving that. It's ideally Facebook or Google should be proving, okay, when you do this XYZ, when you send this audience, when you do this, Facebook or Google should be proving. We don't have to prove. Our work is actually, okay, when you send this data, you want the data somewhere, we will give you the data, right? And you want that at X speed, I will give you that X speed. Okay. Beyond that, we are actually doing it, and I don't want to prove whether Facebook is working for this audience or Google is working for this audience. That's Facebook and Google marketing teams or Facebook and Google to prove when you send this high intent audiences, it works, it doesn't work, right? But then we went that ahead, and we have been proving this. And the data I showed you, the customer has been with us for the last 3.5 years. And in India, small company, and we have been proving that to them, right? That's what motivates me. Like I said, you call yourself as FTP, yeah, fine, no problem. But first party data ops is important, and this is what we will be doing for the next forthcoming future, because I'll tell you why. It's not Vishnu or Custom Labs or Sariga or Goutham or Rajan who is saying this. It's because Google he's literally saying, please use first party data, right? And
we have a lot of case
of
studies in here. Yeah.
Tons of this, right? So Google
Yeah.
is saying it. Okay, fine. Is it only Google? No, not really. Also the Facebook and
even market saying it, Vishnu. Like every marketer, if I ask there, he realizes the importance of first party data. But the problem is they don't know how to utilize their full first party data effectively. That's where the real problem lies.
Yeah, anyone who says that, ask them to work with this. We are happy to guide them. See, like I said, it's not us, right? That's how the world is moving forward, especially with privacy regulations and stuff. That's where most of them would be going ahead. They definitely need it. They definitely need systems to deliver this, whichever the data they want. That being said, whether they do it on their own, whether they use customer apps, we are happy to help. We are happy to help, and if they can do it on their own, they can, because these systems need data. Like in the last decade, you hook up a pixel, it just works. Not anymore. You have to be very, very good at it. So you have to be very good at training the AI, and structured way of training the AI is going to give you the structured way of doing it. And that transition happens, like you said, Goutham. Not many of them understand how to use this. They will eventually will. The moment they know how to use the data, starting from the conversions, starting from the micro conversions, audiences, subsegment of audiences, they will eventually need a system, and we would be there in that particular time as a strong contender. We are a strong contender already, but yeah, we'll be there eventually.
Perfect.
Cool.
I think
this brings me to one last thing, Sariga. I was reading this book which Vishnu suggested, Backroom to Boardroom by Debbie. So there she told this, customer data is king. I think that's where we're moving forward to, and that's where we are completely focusing. The entire first party data that we are focusing is because customer is the prime point, and it is their data that we have to use. So first party data, that's what I see.
I think LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. I don't know. The question for me started like, what is composable, what is not composable, all that, and then we stumbled upon, okay, is it like we are also CDP, like we work here, and we wanted to know, are they providing value? And yes, we don't know about other CDPs, and I've not worked anywhere else, so I really don't know. And I see my customers are happy, and who's using the data, like I didn't finish. 3.2 people who are seeing good results are in my quadrant 3.2, and they are not going to leave. So the results that we showed are all like 1 year, 2 years of data. People who stay here for like 3-4 months, and if we are able to retain them for 3-4 months, they are not going to leave. And answering the question, we are actually showing the value, providing the value. The max expert has said 10x. I think we are good. We are in a good spot.
Before we go, Sariga, I just have this question. How many small businesses do you have? Because I see people looking at...
We have a lot of small businesses only.
It is an enterprise.
No, I think the question should be how many enterprises or how many big businesses we have. That should be the question. The answer is 0.
0. Yeah, we have all of them are small businesses only that we have.
Yeah. Cool. And 0 dedicated person for CDP. They don't have to learn ETL. They don't have to know. Like I said, they don't even have to know they have a CDP.
Yeah.
Right? Let them not know they have a CDP. They have a problem, we solve it. Right? Simple. Let them not even know they have a CDP. It doesn't matter. Okay. So, big businesses, 0. Medium businesses, 0. Small businesses, ton of them. Okay. And we are able to show the value, help them out. And yeah, we are happy where we are at this point.
Big small businesses are ready to actually listen, try, and all of that. I think it's so difficult to talk to any big business now. Sorry, I'm ranting.
Maybe they will be looking at Forrester report.
Oh God.
Paying $2,500 for nothing.
I know. I mean, that's not the right statement, but yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, that's what it is. So, big businesses, they take a lot of time. They analyze it. But small businesses, their problem is very simple. Okay, can I do this? Yeah, do this. And then move into the quadrant 2. Okay, can you use audiences? And then move into the quadrant 3. Are you seeing the results, right? And then we are now, I think we need to rework on the quadrants because people are actually at quadrant 3.2 for a long time. We need to work on a quadrant, push this much further, maybe 2.1, 2.1, bring the audiences, 3, show the revenue, 3.2, use them for AI, measurement and all those things. So we need to move those quadrants. I think it's time. So, yeah, I mean, the starting point, can you share the screen again? I just wanted to see that again, once again, to slap myself on the face.
Okay, thank you guys. So this is where we are.
Yeah, I think this should be my birthday gift. I should actually hang it in my desk. Always see, okay, I never seen an ROI. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. I think it keeps me motivated.
But this is very innovative poster, like this.
Yeah,
I know.
Design.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe I think we should do this as change that to CDP Money Pit, change that to CDP Gold Mine, right? It serves the purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, have some gold and then say, okay, CDP Gold Mine. And yeah, you see this pit or you see this as a gold mine, whichever that way it would work. Just, replay them back.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Bye. And
you.
yeah, I think the closing statement, we are as we are. I think maybe we should be doing this FDP. What is this? Oh, CDP. Okay. Oh, we have CDP. Okay, sorry. This first party data of series to help marketers talking about what we are learning and how we can help. So yeah, we'll continue to do this and stay tuned. See ya.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you.